What's cracking? What's cracking, everybody? Whew, I know we've been gone for a minute. But we back and I'm back on my grind, back on my square, making it happen out here, y'all. So we gonna have some more streams going on, and we got a lot of more shows coming up regularly. We're not gonna space out things so much. So yeah, welcome to the Men Like Us podcast. So Chris, that's me. This is a podcast that is directed at men who are attracted to trans women, who date trans women, who are, and it tracks it at any level. So, fellas, young guys out there, guys who are new into the game out there, we are doing this for you. Show is really meant to provide conversation that educates, makes you aware of things before you jump into certain things. And I think today is going to be more of an awareness show. There are things happening in the community related to between the guys and the women and how we're viewed and what's going to be put on us and all that stuff that you just don't really know, and you just learn as you go. So, I guess right now is a really good time, ladies that are watching, because I know there are ladies that are watching. This is your official trigger warning. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. These are conversations that are meant to be real and unedited. So please, if that's not for you, please just go somewhere else. All right. So without further ado, also, and I guess I should start the show off because I was so public with it, which live with it. In past episodes, I talked about, me talking to somebody and dating somebody, and I was dating a young lady named Asha Lyons, and we aren't together anymore. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. But since I was so public with this relationship, I thought I would just announce that it is over. And I wish Asha the best in life, and I really want to see her succeed ultimately with a lot of her goals and everything she wants to do in life. So there is that. So without further ado, here are the fellas that I got today. Y'all saw them on here before. My main man from New York, my main man Trail. What's going on, boy?
What's going on, brother? I'm here.
Yeah. Then my other main man's Justin.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, not much, bro. Just kicking it, chilling, and observing a whole lot happening out here. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and she was telling me a story, and it kind of really just hit me, and I was really just like, yo, that's really fucked up. Like, so this girl I was talking to, she had this guy interested in her. And, he seemed like a very nice guy, came to her very proper and all that stuff. Wasn't no chasery shit, like, asking about her body parts and shit. Like, he was a real straight up dude and very polite. And, they got to rapping, and, she asked a great question of the guy. Do you have any community? Do you have any other guys that you talk to that are also into trans women? And, he said, yeah, he had a couple guys. And she was like, okay, well, he's like, oh yeah, we got this little like group on Snapchat or Discord or somewhere. And she was like, oh, really? That's dope. Let me send me a link to that. I want to see it. And she was just like, and he was just he was like, he was really hesitant to share. And mostly he was hesitant to share because while they did have conversations, some guys would share some pretty racy pictures in there. And he felt gravely ashamed of being in a group full of guys who were sharing that kind of content, and I think that's something that I just don't like. I think it was really foul. I think it's really fucked up that he had to feel shame around porn. Like, porn is normal. Everybody watches porn, and a lot of times I feel some of the messaging I get from some of the women in the community. I'm not going to make blatant statements here. Some, but not all, women in the community. I get, shame Like, I think shame is a real big thing in the trans community that when it comes to the guys. I think there's a lot of, I think guys try to clean up a lot. And I think guys try to protect themselves from being shamed and judged and condemned by the community, like this guy was trying to. And I really hate that, you know, he had to do that. Like, I hate that he had to cover up the fact that he appreciates the bodies of trans women so that he could have a chance at happiness within a healthy relationship. When people in healthy relationships enjoy porn of all kinds, you know, I guess why is it just like guys like, or men like us that, you know, are excessively judged for it? Why is that such a big deal? So I'll let you guys hop in. That I just had to set us up.
I personally believe it has to do with objectifying them as a trans woman. Because, I mean, basically, how do I say it? It's like they feel like you're attracted to one part, and if that part's gone, it's a deal breaker. That that's something exotic. Kind of remind me when I was watching Pose the other day, and I saw that episode where Angel and Stan were like, I guess Angel was like pissed that Stan was always getting turned off with her unless if he played with her part. And Stan tells a story about like how he first came across his attraction, and she just took it the wrong way. Like, she took it as like she was like this pornographic magazine come to life. And basically I feel like that's what a lot of girls feel like, they're just being objectified sexually.
Objectified sexually. Have you been in any of these trans groups? As much as these girls talk about niggas better have big dicks, they better have all this ass, whatever else, clap them cheeks, right? Like, the girls talk about men's bodies so grotesquely a lot of times. I'm usually caught off guard by it, and I'm not usually one to be like, oh, I'm offended. I can't. But it's so aggressive. A lot, sometimes, not a lot of times. Sometimes it can really hit super hard. I'm just like, oh, goodness grief. All right, damn, like, fall back, man.
Yeah, man.
True.
Oh, on the topic, me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I said before, I'm not the one to indulge in trans porn. I'm not really into it. You know, I'm gonna just keep it real. It might sound crazy, but my favorite genre of porn is Brazilian. You know what I mean? The orgy.
That's a good one.
I love that. That's my straight Brazilian orgies. That's what I'm into. I love that genre. But back to the topic. I could understand from their point of view, because that's how a lot of men, majority of men, they got into it. Not me per se, but a lot of men got into liking trans women is because of the pornography. You know what I mean? Just like what Justin just said, you know, that episode on Pose, because I seen it too. And I was a little bugged out too. I'm looking like, yo, all right, well, why are you going in on him? If he's being honest of what's his attraction and what's he like, why are you talking, like, why are you making a big deal of it? Like, wow. But, you know, that's how they are. You know, they can make a big deal all day, but we can't. You know, we can't have, it's not a good balance in this community when it comes to guys like us. It's always, we always have to, like, you know, cater to their needs and their needs only. So it's like, damn, you know, and you know, we're gonna get to more of that conversation later on.
Yeah, we will.
So I'm gonna just chill. You know,
all right. Before they bring out the pitchforks, man. But, you know, look, guys listening out there, and you're looking, I guess the thing about, I think we'll have a running theme in this a whole lot is, you know, I would say don't apologize for who you are and what you like. Stand on that shit. We're asking you to stand on that shit in public to the rest of the world. And I'm also asking you to stand on that shit when the girls are trying to judge you. Like, don't bend on that shit, man. Like, you are who you are. You like what you like. And that's what it is. fuck later for all this judgment shit. And it's really just, it's so, I don't even know what to say. I can't find the words, but let's just say it's not good. But, you know, I think we just want to stick with this theme just a little bit because, you know, this story got me thinking about like, well, what other ways are guys judged? Like, you know, we talked about this before in another episode about guys who, you know, date a lot or date a lot of women or, you know, even let's just say sleep with some girls. Like there's judgment around guys being involved in the women routinely. And it's like, okay, well, for me to find the person that I'm going to be with forever, I will probably have to date, you know, I would say probably 3 to 5 women in the community. And it can't be, well, he's a chaser because he dated that girl, that girl, that girl, that girl. Well, that's 4 out of, you know, the few million trans people that there are in this country. You know, I just don't like, it's crazy to think like, no, you pick one. And if you fuck up on one, you got to stay with her. Or you don't date anybody else because then you're going to be a chaser and you're a problem.
Which is so odd.
That was like my biggest fear of all, just being labeled a chaser just because if I tried talking to one girl and that relationship wasn't successful, then if I go after the other girl, she's going to tell that girl because the community feels so small that they already know who I am just by like reputation. And that was one of my fears along the lines of dating trans women.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you know, I'm sorry, Troy, I'm gonna cut you off, man.
No, you didn't cut me off. I was late.
Man, you know, we got our own little off chemistry here. But you know, something that and this is for the guys out there listening, something that you should know is in the shame judgment realm that we're kind of stuck in right now, you will be judged for having too many Facebook friends that are trans.
Sure.
If you have too many trans women, if you have too many women of trans experience on your Facebook friends list, girls, if you're trying to talk to a girl and she looks at your friends list on Facebook and is like, oh my God, why the fuck does this nigga have 20 or 40 Facebook friends that are trans girls, and they'll look at you like you some community. They'll start looking at you like you community did, and you ain't even talked to most of them chicks. You just accepted a friend request or you sent one, whatever. It's so asinine because I'm like, I would never look at your friends list and be like, you got too many niggas in your shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you got too much dick around. It's whack. It's whack as fuck. But guys, just know that that's something that you may be judged on. And I would say, don't buckle on that shit. Stand on that shit and challenge somebody who would judge you for that. Because it is bullshit. It is bullshit. I'm saying it's gentlemen listening out there. I'm telling you it's bullshit. Stand on that shit. Okay. Like it's just completely whack. But and this is a big one, guys. And Justin kind of talked about this before. And we're gonna breeze through this because we are not gonna sit on this long. So, ladies, don't kill us. We're gonna breeze through this shit. But fellas,
man,
you should all I know. Fuck it.
Let's go.
Fuck it.
Let's go.
This is the show with a problematic, toxic nigga. That's me. That's what I do. So whatever. I'm already judged as fucked up. So you know, fellas, just know you'll be judged in the event that you prefer pre-op over post-op, you will be judged. So if for whatever reason you say, look, I only prefer my partner to have a penis and I'm not with, you know, the neo vagina, or that ain't for me, you will be judged and it will not be a good look in the community, even though you like what you like and there's nothing you can do to change that. And if that's what you like, there's nothing wrong with you. Don't let nobody make you think there's something wrong with you for liking what you like. You don't need to go, you know, change who you are just to, you know, appease people and shit. Like, stick in what you like. Then I didn't get into this life to be shamed into liking something else. And, you know, honestly, this is a community that is supposed to support people, you know, being attracted to whatever and living in their truth. So, you know, that's just a message to the fellas out there listening, to the young guys that are just getting in this and you're just trying to learn and navigate things. Just know that that could be a problem. And I would say if you are with a girl that would judge you for that, I don't know if she's the one for you, bro. I don't know. Like, it just, I can't see. I mean, if she already has a problem with you right off jump with that, how is this going to work? So I don't know. Do we want to breeze by that, or y'all want to talk?
You know, the thing about that, I would say, is that for me, I'm very indifferent about it. It doesn't matter if she's pre-op or post-op. But I mean, I can't really imagine what it's like. I mean, I could only make the guess of what would happen if you're like mostly into pre-op, like such as what follows if, like, let's say if you're with the pre-op and then the person wants to get the surgery, like there's definitely gonna be an impasse on that. And I mean, I wouldn't dream of wanting to stop my partner from doing what they want to do. But for some other men, they might feel like, I'm not too into that. I might leave the relationship. And I mean, at the same time, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a preference. But I mean, how do you feel about, I guess, if this person wanted to be post-op?
I would predict a lot of guys out there probably wouldn't have a problem with making the change, even though, just notice that this is the only community of people that are asked to change their genitalia preference without complaining. You change this because you better like us no matter what, and you better not say shit about it. But you still dick hungry and crazy for my shit, and I ain't getting rid of it. Like, anywho, look, I'll just say it like this: within the context of relationship and love, I don't foresee difficulty with a lot of people making that change. Especially y'all been together for a while, and you know she had this is what's going to make her happy to switch over. Okay, well, I mean, look, you already had your fun with that, and you can move on to something else. It's all good. It's all Gucci. Like, I think there may be trouble if it's like, I think there may be trouble if that's where it starts at, and you like something else, and it starts with something else, and these two things don't match up. But that's the only thing I can foresee with some guys out there. And I'm really just trying to play like what kind of guys are out there, what their scenarios are. So, but yeah, I think for most people, you know, once you're in love with somebody and you've been with them for, you know, a year, 2 years, however long, and let's say y'all married and she just wakes up one day, it's like, you know what? I got to change. Bro, that's your wife. You ain't leaving her. Who the fuck is going to blow up a marriage on just that, you know? But that's how I see it. But I also see it where, you know, okay, even if he still likes something else, there might be a compromise or a negotiation to be had where you guys swing, or, you know, you try out a sex club once a year, or you invite somebody else into the bedroom to help give him what you can't once a year. Or I don't know. I'm sure, I'm just spitballing here. There might be some sort of compromise or negotiation within the confines of your agreed upon relationship that may work. But, you know, I don't really foresee it to be a problem right off the bat for a lot of folks. I just think I think what I see, and this is, we all have preferences and there's nothing wrong with what everybody likes. Absolutely. I just think what I think it is a lot of hypotheticals and a lot of community talk where it's like, you better like all the girls, no matter what they have in between their legs. It's about the person and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that sounds beautiful, but in practice, you're setting people up to fail. But that's, you know, my theory on this. So never been in that specific situation, but we're talking to a lot of folks who are in different situations out here. So who have different preferences and all that stuff. So anywho,
yeah,
just to round it up, fellas, you know, this is an issue and you could be judged on it. There are lots of people who won't judge you on it, and that's great. But also, you know, fellas, something else you might be judged on, or you know, that might, I don't know, I'm not going to say there's shame in it, but you might be judged for being a first timer. If this is your first experience with a girl and you're coming correct, you know, being a gentleman about it and trying to take her out on a date and all that stuff, you being a first timer may ruin your chances. It may count you out, because there are a lot of girls that are like, I will not do first timers, no matter. And maybe there are exceptions to their rules, but I've just heard that repeatedly. Have you guys heard any talk like that before, or?
No.
Honestly,
No.
I have not.
Well, trust me, I've heard quite a bit, and it is. I've heard it from a lot of girls, and I get it. It's exhaustion dealing with dudes trying to teach, like, and they don't want to be teachers. They don't want to raise you up in this shit and all. I get that. There is exhaustion. I just think there's probably a little bit of grace to be had here, but just so the guys out there who are maybe thinking about getting into dating in this community or getting involved with the community, that's something that you should know. That is a thing. It's a reality.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yes, sir.
It might sound crazy, and I really don't care right now.
Yeah.
So funny, right? I hear a lot of girls saying, "Yo, I don't want a trans attracted man. I want a man that's not into me."
Oh.
So, yeah,
okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
With that being said, you're not trying to teach or go through the whole rigors and everything about that whole situation, but you don't want to date a trans attracted man. I don't understand that. It don't, like, you know,
they want to feel like they're the special one.
Are we about to dive into the internalized transphobia of a lot of women in the community? Oh shit! Are we about to do that?
You know, it's
not a lot. There are. I would say it's not the majority. There's some though. There's some. There's some though.
It's real bugged out to me. I hear that all the time. Oh, I'm not.
Yes.
You know, I'd rather date a guy that they even said I'd rather date a guy that have a baby mother. I said what? like, yo, why y'all really like drama? Oh shit, damn. Shit.
Oh man.
Drama y'all into. I'm like, yo, what? Like, what are you trying to like? What are you trying to like put out there that you like? It's so bugged out to me. It's crazy, man. It's real bugged out to me. And you got all these guys. I know all these guys personally. You know, that don't mind dating a trans woman. That don't mind going out dates. Don't mind being seen with them. No, all of that. We'll love them and everything. But
hope you ain't missed nothing. Stop.
They rather go fuck with a dude that really is not into them. He probably just want to try it out. He just probably want to. He's curious.
Well, you know, actually, and so here's the thing, and I want to address Portia real quick because she just dropped that in there. You know, what kind of bitches mess with sound like cross-dressers, and I feel you. Like, fine. No, she's assuming that the girls you're hearing this kind of talk from are cross-dressers. But what's crazy enough is the ones that I've heard speak about that they've been a lot of the they've been the girls that have fantasized about stealthing and really blending in with society, and they don't want their tea out there, and they don't like like some of these girls that I've talked to. And I see these are just some of the girls that I've talked to. I'm not saying all the girls in the community. There are just a few girls in the community like this. There are some girls in the community like this. And, you know, I've just seen that, you know, a lot of them are like they have this fantasy of just stealthing and blending into society and having that white picket fence. And like, they just have this fantasy of what their life is going to look like. And that life does not include being with a guy like us. And then also, beyond those women, there are some other women in a whole different group that have decided that guys that are into trans women are gay, and they don't want gay men. And, well, nigga, you into trans women, so you gay. And I need a straight man. A real straight man wouldn't be into the girls like that. And like, okay.
Keep thinking that dumb shit.
Yes. And Brianna, you are completely right. That you are 110% right. These are two different crowds. Absolutely two different crowds. But guys out here, watching
Brianna's
this
right.
and just trying to learn about the community, there are lots of different groups of women. There are lots of this is a very it's a small and very diverse community. So, that's why I'm really doing my best to stay away from all the girls and everybody. It's some that do this, it's some that do that. There are some that are all about this stealth thing and want to erase their transness, and there are some that have internalized transphobia and don't like men that are into trans women and see them as gay, and they're not. Those guys aren't affirming enough to them, and it's just what I've observed.
I was just gonna say the funny thing is about that is those girls tend to be picked off more by chasers because they always play the whole like first timer thing and like they do it so well and they don't even know until later down the line, but they already got what they wanted.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was something that we talked about in the previous episode is the hyper masculine guys that affirm femininity for some of the girls, not all, just some. But there are some different ones out there that, guys watching this, you're just a regular guy who wears fucking nerd dude, wears anime t-shirts. You have a regular day job and then, thug nigga X got the tattoos and the dreads and all that other shit. And he might be pulling in them girls that you're trying to talk to might be swayed by that. But you know what? That's not just a trans thing. That's just life in general.
Life.
The alleged cool guy has always been somebody that has brought in the girls and shit, and it's okay. I would say don't even worry about the ones that ain't really there to pick you, man. Like just be there for yourself. So wait, what's going on here? I'm sorry, I'm in these comments. I'm in these comments. Girls with the stealth aesthetics, put them on a pedestal, tell the whole story. Look, just like a lot of the girls like Joe Sixpack with that 6'5" and look like an NBA player, guys like certain girls like that too. But I think that we have to really get past what we like visually and trying to. I guess it's like I said it before on the show that it's a problem with 95% of each group going after the top 5% of aesthetically pleasing people in that other group. So ain't no good men out here because they're all not, those guys up there. And same with the guys. The guys are chasing those IG stars. They're chasing the chicks with the OnlyFans accounts. They chasing them bad bitches they be seeing on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit. The DMs for them girls be going wild. And I think obviously, guys, you should not be going after just those girls. There are a lot of nice girls out here who would make great girlfriends, partners, companions. That I think a lot of people, I just think it's for some reason just these two communities of people are just missing each other. And I don't know how to bring everybody together, but I would love to see everybody be happy. I have to get past. We have to acknowledge it. Oh man, what did I do? Okay, a lot of the professional men whose worse mentalities than street niggas. Okay. And that's it. And that's the young girls, it's young-minded girls. Y'all need women in your lives. Okay.
Right. Can you go back to what Hope said?
Wait, which one?
She said
this one
about we don't have to get past it. We have to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. So, and everybody just listening to this, we're just going through the comments now, just listening. So, Brianna says, but Black trans women will never have the institutional or systematic power to create punishments to go along with their preferences. At most, the men will have hurt feelings. There is a difference. Okay. I don't get how that. I don't know what we said to trigger that one. So, because really, I think all that we were talking about was just judgment and just kind of casting out from the community, which in this space the girls have a lot of power.
Oh, because we spoke about preferences. That's probably why Brianna said that, because we spoke
okay.
Went over to preferences. Yeah, so I understand what you're saying.
I'm sorry, I wasn't 100% following. Nice girls don't make the homies jealous. Girls that think that guys who like trans women are gay, really, that's a thing. That's just dumb. Yes, it is dumb as fuck,
Yes, it
but
is dumb.
they're out there.
Yeah.
Honey,
I
if
hope I'm
you're a
not
guy that
saying
likes
your
me
name
and knows
wrong,
I'm trans, he's
Rena.
not gay. I send out female vibes, and that's what he's getting.
Facts.
Absolutely, all day.
Yeah.
All day. Absolutely. So, from Brianna, Black trans women are literally dying behind not being the preference. And that is absolutely, I see no lies there. I see no lies there at all. So
It's unfortunate.
it is it's absolutely unfortunate. And, you know, I think I think that's part of the story. Obviously, there are other reasons that these things happen because a lot of these guys that are killing them are their partners. But I'm sorry, Tro, what were you going to say?
No, I was agreeing. With
okay, I got you. Yes, but yes, that is definitely a part of it. All right, Amelia, can you speak about the lack of consistency that some men have and can only demonstrate that consistency when they're horny? I can.
Exactly
I don't know if anybody's gonna like it.
What exactly does she mean by that?
Guys only showing up if they're getting some. Pretty much. Okay. You know, guys they're only showing up and they're only being present or trying to come after you or trying to be that guy when their dick is hard.
Okay.
You know, that's the way that I read it.
Okay. Okay.
You know, to which well, yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna not answer the question. Yes, like, what kind of show do you think this is? You know, I would say that, you know, a lot of okay, well, I'm sorry, she is on icon. All right, put some respect on Amelia's name. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She is an icon. She's on icon status. Icon. All right. So I would say, I don't know, like, I guess a lot of bad things that guys do, I think it's at some point there's been a precedent set that this is acceptable. And a lot of times I believe the market dictates what is acceptable and what isn't. And I just think, you know, if a guy can get away with doing X, Y, and Z and being a scumbag, and he still continues to be that scumbag because girls are still, you know, allowing him to do this, he's not going to stop because it works. You know, and it's very basic, you know, why do niggas send unsolicited dick pics? Well, they do it because there's some girl out there that it worked on, and then he kept doing it. But that's the only real thoughts I could have on that. But go ahead, Trey. You got something for me.
Yeah. Another thing too, fellas, you're gonna get mad, and I really don't care. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm here trying to get, you know, everyone's sanity right. You feel me? Ladies, stop being so quick to give it up. All right? Don't be quick to give it up. Let it, like, yo, I understand y'all have y'all needs, and this dude, he's y'all type, y'all feeling him. He's really moving y'all in many ways, but don't be so quick to give it up. Chill for a minute. You know what I mean? Then, you know, you have this also. Don't have like a rule for yourself. Like, yo, let them know, like, yo, I'm feeling you and everything, but I'm not so quick to give it up to you just like that. I'm gonna let you know. Explain it to him. If he lacks in that same type of consistency, cut him off. Cut him off right then and there. Because that right there will set the tone also. Let him know that, yo, I'm really feeling you. I really want to do this with you, but I'm gonna wait and play this and take my time with this and pace myself. If homeboy lacks in the consistency after that, you got your answer right there. Cut him off.
All right, now here's the thing though, man, because my friend Marlo just made a great fucking point right here in this comment. There isn't enough men out here who are open in their attraction and who want to be in real relationships. It leaves many of us in the community with trade and DL men. And that is true. There's more of us. There's more of them than us. And, you know, that is a stone cold reality for a lot of the girls. And I completely get it. and it is what it is. Like, not is what it is, but like it's irrefutable, man, because that's just some shit that just is, bro. You know. And then, you know, also from my friend Marlo, men come at you so transactionally. You know, that is also true. And I'm not going to say 100% defense of them, but I will just say that a lot of times men are trained. This is how you engage with us. Don't come at me if you ain't got no dollar or coin. Don't come at me trying to do it if you ain't got this. And it's like, you're okay. We have this. I hate coming back to this. We have this we have this sex work side of it. We have the sex work world, and then we have this world where a lot of us play in, and it's just like, you know, okay, men come at you transactionally, but you have so many men out there being trained. This is how you deal with the girls. This is how you do this. You want to come at me? You better not be wasting my time. You better not be doing this. You better have this. And I think these are just ideas and concepts that just conflict. And, you know, that's not me shitting on sex work at all, because I know it's necessary for a lot of girls to survive. And that I would never shit on somebody just making a coin trying to survive out here. So that's not what I'm doing. I'm just noting that it's probably that these guys are being trained in that way, and that's how they know how to interface. They don't know any other way because these girls trained them how to do that. Gotta stop. All right. I feel like my trans sisters got to stop expecting more out of these guys that you know damn well can't change. Fair enough. I think that is across the board. That is just women, men. I think a lot of people just get a vision in their mind of what somebody is, and you know that's going to be shattered once you get to know them some more.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna happen. I want to get to Hope, my friend Hope. If I want to fuck, I'm gonna fuck. If a man is trash, he's gonna be trash, whether it's night 1 or 6 months in. Totally fuck that too.
And that's
totally. I'm all about sexual freedom and people just being able to do their thing.
Right.
But I think the conflict a lot of times comes in when people want to start getting visions of relationships and start expecting more from a situation than what it really is. I think that's where the rubber meets the road a lot of times. That's my thoughts. And Justin, please just yell whenever you want to jump in. It's like a fucking monologue right now.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking like I've been caught on that trap many times.
All right. Facts. Oh. Okay. Another one from Hope. Hope and Brianna, y'all on fire today. There's this idea that respectability will enable us to have good relationships, and truth is men know how they will play the situation no matter the approach we take. Fair enough. And look, I think that's respectability politics is a whole fucking thing in this world, guys. And, you know, there are guys that are praised and put up on a pedestal because they say the right words. They follow the scripts and they show the community what they want to see instead of something that maybe is more real. And you know, it's they're those guys. But the guys who are just real humans who may not be always on point all the time and may have opinions that everybody doesn't agree with. You know,
I'd rather
those
be
guys
human.
not really praised as much.
Right. I don't want to be praised. I want to be respected.
Yes, you're right. Being praised is not what it really is all about, man. You're right. You're right, brother. You're right. These comments are going the fuck off. But look, everybody, look, this was an interesting show. And look, I just really kind of put this together really quickly because I just wanted to get back to having these honest conversations and making people uncomfortable and presenting new ideas and allowing other people to get their voice out there. So, you know, thanks to everybody for joining us on this episode. This is not a heavy, chock full episode. I do have some other stuff coming up that is you definitely do not want to miss. We're going to have some interesting episodes on here. We're going to have our first trans men on the show coming up, and we're going to have some really interesting conversation around, you know, fetishization or the idea of fetishization of, you know, trans men fetishizing trans women and all that stuff. And I got a lot of shows planned up. So, you know, definitely keep an eye out Shout out, Mike. What's going on, brother? But yeah, that's all I got for today. So, fellas, tell everybody, brother Trell, tell everybody where they can find you, man.
Everything, not everything, but all like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, King Clee Trail, all that. You know what I mean? All that. It's King Clee Trail.
All right. Brother Justin, tell them where they can find you, man.
You can always find me on Facebook, Instagram, on the both groups of Support Brotherhood or Men Like Us, on the Men Like Us group.
Word. And look, fellas out there watching this, if you're not in any groups with just men, you need to get in one now. I heavily advise you join one of two groups. You can join the group tied to this show called the Men Like Us Tribe. It's a show that is admin and moderated by all the guys right here. You know, this right here is Team Men Like Us. So, you know, really join in there. It's a great place for you to ask questions, our conversation, and really just, you know, have some community. Because, you know, fellas, we need community. You need to be around other men. You need to learn from other guys. There are just things that there are conversations and things you can learn from other guys that will help you out down the road. And I promise you, the ladies will be less annoyed with you after you do that shit. So obviously nothing happens overnight. It's a process, but join us, you know, comments, ask questions, all that stuff as well. There is the Transport Brotherhood. That's another Facebook group out there. Both groups are pretty dope. They're, you know, they're the same, but different in a whole lot of ways. So by all means, find us. We're on Facebook. We're ready to help, you know, support you. So outside of that, everybody, please subscribe to the Men Like Us podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Like, go on the podcasting platforms. Give us some 5 stars and give us a great review. Please do everything you can to help support. And also, if you guys have any ideas about what we should talk about, ladies, I know y'all got ideas. Y'all got plenty to say. Please, if there are any show topics or topics you think we should address in conversation, by all means, hit up the Men Like Us page on Instagram and Facebook, or just find me on Facebook. I'm in the T Valley group. Like, I'm very visible. People can find me. So please, ideas, questions, comments, whatever, hit us up. So with that, y'all, that is it. And we will see you next time. Peace.
Peace.